ago, Jared said he weighed 51,800 pounds, tractor and mixer. And the tractor weighs 24,000. So, if you want you to lift them up, get inside the wheels and the whole frame. Salt road on it all the way back. It doesn't, once this dries, it'll be gray. All right, we'll join up with you guys in the morning when we get after it here. Well, they are making their way around the inside of this mixer, putting this rubber on. And so far, looks like it's going pretty good for them. We put rubber on the 1200, the red 1200 mixer, and that was a pain in the butt. How is it going in there?
It's working. It's working, yeah.
Everything lining up, or you got to stretch it?
You got to put,
Stretch it in the back.
Back my way.
All right, so they've got the rubber all installed. They have removed the spout off of the back. And what Nate's doing here now is he has to do something with this. Step out of the way just a little bit, Nate. This cable, there's a cable hooked to the door. That runs over the top of the mixer, and there's an indicator on the front of the mixer wagon. But they've got these hoses tight to where that cable is right into the hoses. What do you think that would last? Maybe if we were dumping feed out the back door, maybe 6 months? Or less, probably. That cable would saw its way through those hoses. So what he's gonna do is put some washers in behind that loom holder. Does he think it's gonna work?
Yeah.
Behind that one, and then behind this one, just to get them hoses to come out away from that cable. Then what there is a indicator on the front of the mixer. It tells you it's open now. And we won't use it, but it'd be nice if it was functional.
So you want, how you want this?
Turn it towards the tractor. Got to turn it on, see if it comes on. It's all in Spanish. Jacob might have to turn it on.
Hey, hola. Hola. Yes, it's hola.
Is it Spanish?
Oh, okay.
Mamacita.
Radio. You got negative 540 on there?
540.
So it's
Hit the 0 button.
0.
Hey,
Yeah, come up.
step up on the ladder. Step up on the ladder, Jacob.
No. Oh, actually.
You're 200 pounder. You're 200 pounds?
Yeah.
210?
something like that, yeah.
Yeah? All right.
Yeah.
0. Yeah, I think you got
Okay.
a... All right, now you got zeros.
Don't worry about mine.
Plus 30.
Holy fuck. How much you weigh there, big guy?
He's 190.
No.
200.
He's a 200 pounder.
He's a 200.
He's a
pounder.
200
man.
pounder. All right, you can leave that on. We never shut them off. Never shut them off.
Will
The
that-
secret to these monitors is you never touch the buttons on there.
when they go bad,
Oh, if you're touching the buttons all the time, you can crack that membrane that's on the front of that monitor. Them mixers, we don't shut them off. They've been on that white mixer that's 9 or 10 years old. Never been shut off. I mean, once in a while it kicks off, but
Because isn't the circuit board right behind the screen?
the circuit board is right behind there, and then you crack that, and moisture can find its way in, and that's when you'll have the problems with it. So what this has is a charge wire coming off of that plug right there. The charges off the tractor, and it keeps that.
is it right?
Keeps this battery in here charged. So when the tractor shuts off, yeah. And then we have the tractor switched over to where they're hot all the time, even when the tractor's off. It's hot off the battery, too.
Oh, kind of chumps charge.
Yeah. All right, we'll move some things around and get hooked onto this. So this mixer is just about ready to be pulled out the door. May put a slow moving vehicle sign on it just so that if a car comes up behind us when we're crossing the road, we don't get ourselves into trouble. So we are trying something a little different on this one. And we have problems with, well, it's not a problem, but on the 1400, feed comes out over the top of this panel on the conveyor. Makes a mess in here, and I just don't like the looks of it. If you only open the door to 7, that doesn't happen. But every once in a while, we need to be going full throttle. Right, Nathan? So what these guys have done is they have taken a piece of conveyor belting. It is 82 inches long, and it is 20 inches tall. And we've got it hanging from 1/4-inch chain. And the idea is the feed, we'll just whack this here. It'll stay on the spout, and we should be good.
We have to you gotta do a video of this though. When
I know it. It's gonna be cool, huh? The only disadvantage of this, is you're not gonna be able to see from the operator's seat from here down in through to see if everything is off the floor. But you can look at the scale to see if it's empty, right, Nate? So we're gonna give this a try. There might be enough of an angle, I don't know, you might be able to see down in there a little bit, but it just makes a mess. And here with the feed that's overflowing over the top of that. So being that it's hanging from chains, it should be something that should work pretty good. It's better than bolting anything to the top of the flat panel here, because if you had something on top of here, it would probably fall down over it. So this is hanging from chains. It should work pretty good, I would think. Keep the feed from hitting the top, and yeah, see how she works. The Sarge is just going to put a little bit of paint on there. And this works good. We'll do it to the 1400, right, Jay?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Nathan? Do you have any thoughts?
On what?
Anything in general? So, everybody's kind of wondering how your eye is doing. How is your eye doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah. We had some good surgical tricks that you've done to that, huh?
Yeah.
We really
That
don't
didn't
know what
work.
worked though, do we? We don't know if the magnet worked. We
Good-
don't know if
good
the
night's
paper
rest.
towel, that's what it was, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Nate sleeps with his eyes open, and if you get anything caught in your eyes, that's what you do. You sleep with them open and the metal will fall out. All right, so we can kick this out the door here shortly. Okay, so the boys have got this all set up. Got the rubber on the top, pulled the spout off the rear. What else did they do to it? They went through, greased it, torqued the wheels, air pressured the tires, hung this flap on here, and we're going to run this up to the commodity shed, get it set in place, and we'll feed cows with this here in the morning. We went ahead and we put the 7720 on the 1400. We're gonna see how that runs the 1400. And we had to cut the rubber off in the back by a little bit so that it would fit underneath the overhead door opener over in the barn that's next to my house. It scrubbed it. So we coped the rubber out in the back. We just cut out a chunk in the back so that it would get underneath the mechanic or the automatic opener motor. We don't need to go and rip a door down. So we'll get this parked up. Give Sarge a ride down to the commodity shed or down to the shop, and we'll get it fired up in the morning. So we'll show you what we did to the 1400. We just cut a little piece out of the back. We very rarely ever have feed coming over the back of the mixer, and we can just put a piece back in there as well. So okay, well, it is just a little after 3 o'clock Saturday morning, March 1st, and this is the first bucket load of feed going in the new mixer wagon. So we have our scale monitor, which is right on the side at the top there. So this one's got 2 monitors, which is nice. We don't have to turn the one that's in the center of the unit all the time. And what I was gonna do this morning first thing is I wasn't gonna use the 1400 until I got a couple loads of feed into the cows already, so that if I had problems with the tractor not being able to start the PTO, I could screw around with it and not be late getting a load of feed into the cows. But we're not going to worry about that, so we're going to go straight into using it here. We do have the option of switching that tractor into 540 PTO to get it to turn on, but I don't suspect that we're going to have any problems starting that. Now on paper, I didn't actually measure it, but on paper that 1500 mixer is supposed to be 11 inches taller than this one. And I don't know as if it stands much taller than this one at all. They act like they're the same height, but a tape measure would be the true way of finding out what the actual height difference is. Now I had mentioned it yesterday and the earlier part of the video that the 1500 only holds like 50 more cubic feet than the 1400. Now the model number on the Supreme doesn't really mean it's not, the 1400 doesn't hold 1400 cubic feet and the 1500 hold 15. It's about 100 cubic feet below that. I can't remember offhand what the actual cubic feet is on these, but it's like right around that 1350 or something like that. I'll look it up and put it in the scroll here on the video. So we'll get these loaded up and we'll join up with you when it comes time to feed them off. Alright, so we have haylage and the ingredients that are in the commodity shed loaded on, and now what we're going to do is start PTOs up on both of these mixers and load corn silage. It would have been nice to have put the 7720 on this one to see how easy it would start this mixer, but I didn't want to do a lot of goofing around with hooking and unhooking. So the real test will be when the 7200 comes back. That would start this mixer hard, or cause the PTO on the tractor to start hard. We've got just a little over 11,000 pounds on that 1400. When we get it loaded, it'll have like 25,000 on it. That's the smallest load that we feed to the cows. So, all right. All right, so we've got both mixers loaded, and the first one we're dumping off has fresh cow feed on it. So we've got fresh cows in this middle group from that gate up to the crossover. Got, oh, there's like 26,000 pounds on. This is the first time we've started this under load, and it's hard to tell exactly how well this is going to run, this mixer, until we get into one of the larger loads. But so far so good. It usually starts the hardest once we get into the barn and go to turn the PTO on after the load is loaded and we have gotten into the spot we need to get into. So I need to put you guys down and get this mixed out or dumped out correctly.